In the conflict over the failed submarine deal, France's Defense Minister Florence Parly cancelled a meeting with her British colleague Ben Wallace. The meeting had been postponed to a later date, said the Franco-British Council, as reported by the BBC and The Guardian. Parly wanted to travel to London for a meeting of the Franco-British organization. Senior defense officials from both military powers should take part in the deliberations. Australia had previously agreed a tripartite pact with the United States and Great Britain for the construction of nuclear-powered submarines. For this, it terminated a €56 billion contract from 2016 with France. In response, the French government announced that it saw the actions of the USA and Great Britain as a burden on NATO and a challenge to the EU. In addition, they ordered their ambassadors from the USA and Australia to consult back to France. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, meanwhile, tried to appease the situation. Well, we know this quite well from him, he always does that. Britain and France have a very friendly relationship, which is of the utmost importance, Johnson said. And our love for France is indelible. The deal shouldn't exclude anyone. Meanwhile, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said he had no regrets that he had cancelled the deal with France. It is understandable that in this case the other party involved in this contract is offended and disappointed, he said. But he also said, I understand that. However, Australian interests came first, said Morrison. He had deep and serious concerns that the French submarines would not have been sufficient to protect our sovereign interests. The last part really sounded a bit as if he was talking to Boris Johnson too much, which obviously he has done in the recent past. But that story will definitely continue. In the news, I mentioned it as well, and I talked about the reaction of Ursula von der Leyen. So if you have missed that, have a look at the morning news. It's a bit more of that in it. But this topic is important. I wanted to have it as a single video as well. I'll see you in my next video. Bis bald.